Hey everybody, Scott Detweiler here, back with another Capture One tutorial. And today we're going to talk about a technique, not so much a tool within Capture One, although it does use a tool. This is a method that I use to sanity check my images before I submit them for print competition or to print them and frame them. Sometimes what you see on your screen just isn't enough information, and when you print it, you find there are errors that you missed. And there's a lot of ways to kind of see things that are in your image. And today I want to talk about one of my favorite tools, and that's the solar curve. So if you're not familiar with solar curves, I'm going to show you how to make one, and I'm also going to give you a link to download one for free. Although it's priced at $5, I will put the discount code in this video so you can get it at no cost. I want you to be able to use these tools, and I can give this one away to you because it's very simple to make. But it did take me some time, and I think that downloading it will save you the effort. But I'm going to show you how to make one yourself. So first of all, what is a solar curve? What do we use it for? So in this image, I downloaded these from unsplash.com, by the way, and you can see the image names here if you want to go grab them. Otherwise, you can go to Unsplash and find any landscape image will work. So when we're looking at an image and we're trying to find problems, usually the way you work with it is to boost up the contrast a whole bunch and lower the exposure a bit, and maybe you go and add some clarity and really kind of yank on it a bit and see if you can see like these spots are now appearing in here. And we want to go and we want to remove those. So we can use the new healing brush tool, or you can use the old spot removal tool, or whatever you want, but you need to get rid of these things because they're going to show up when you print. And if you're a print competition player like I am, these are pretty much an instant, these are as good as a disqualification. So once we get that done, now this image is a lot cleaner. And we think it looks good, although if we look around, there's a few more, and we have all of these settings changed, by the way. And unlike Photoshop, Capture One does not use the layer as we're viewing it for healing, meaning if we were to have all these changes made and we made a healing layer in Photoshop, we would notice that that healing layer used all these wild contrast and clarity settings, and Capture One doesn't work that way. So if we go back to our background and reset all these things, we can see that we got to reset our clarity as well here. We can see that indeed all the changes have been kept, and the new healing layer is not weird. So we can toggle that on and off. Now this will get you so far. Now what a solar curve does is a much more aggressive method of curving an image by basically taking the curve and pushing it up and down and up again. So take some, this is where the Mickey Mousing around with it takes a while. Up and down and up and then down and then back up. And you see that with this weird curve, we can now see these spots much easier. But the problem with this is that anytime the curve is near the top or the bottom, anything that's kind of inside of that curve where it touches the edge is almost invisible to this method. So I use two curves, one that's pushed to one side and one that's slightly pushed to the other side. And now you can see these spots are jumping right out. Now the presets that you can download from the link up below, basically I just put those in here and put them in my preset folder. And if you don't know where that is, all you have to do is make a curve and do save user presets. It'll ask you what do you want to call it, and it'll take you right to where you need to put them. So you just unzip the curves that I give you and throw them in here. And you see it comes with two presets. One's a 4-point and one's like a 3-point solar curve. So this is like a 3-point. So we'll just go here, presets, and just hover over it. And you see this curve it's much nicer. So this one's, I'm calling this 3 points. It's giving 3 points across the top. And we can see some of these in the middle band here that need to be fixed. So we can just go and again use the healing tools in Capture One to quickly go and fix those issues. Now the other curve, we can just go and again go back to background and hover over the other curve. You'll notice again it's using more points and it's displaying a different area. As I say, a different area of the images now has more contrast. And I know this is a little hard to look at, but the benefits of this is that if you have, let's say, a sky replacement and your horizon is glowing because you have a bad selection around that perimeter, or you're trying to fake it and make it look good, it's going to show up there. And that's a pretty interesting way to see if you have need for dodge and burn to make the transition more convincing. So between these two methods, you can kind of see what's going on. So let's try it in a couple other images here so you can kind of get the idea. And I'm not going to fix these images. I'm simply going to show you how the solar curve can help you with problem solving, and then you can use it on your own. So here we're going to just grab the preset and pull it down. And here, the thing that I wanted to point out in this one, I use the second curve, is you have a huge dust spot right here. And if we turn this solar curve off, it's really difficult to see, and I probably would have missed this. So again, on this specific image, there's a pretty good size bump here. And again, using contrast and all these other techniques, we probably maybe would have seen it. But by using the solar curve, it jumps right out. And it does show up in both curves. Maybe one is easier for you to see than the other, but that's why I gave you both curves. So let's try this image. And these, again, I just downloaded these from unsplash.com. That's a free site for you to grab images. And it's a good place to grab practice images because they don't cost anything. So again, here's some really blatant ones that show up, as well as like a strange horizon line, this cut line here. Maybe we want to transition that a little bit better. Again, depends on what you're doing, but all these spots show up that maybe normally we would not have seen. Now the discount code, if you go and head to my Gumroad page, which is where I have all my things, I sell textures mostly, you can use YouTube 2020 is the discount code. So it's just YouTube 2020, and it's the number is 2020 at the end there. And that will give you a 100% discount on that. Normally I have it for $5 for those who don't want to watch the video. They can grab it and pay the $5, but you guys can have it for free since you took the time to listen to the video, and I appreciate that. So let's do one more here. So in this video, or I'm sorry, in this example here, we'll go and turn that on here, and this one looks pretty good. So if we check the other curve, again, we see some here showing up. And we do have a bit of a glow around the city, but I think when in this case it makes sense. You know, it's a very stylized cityscape, so the glow makes sense. I mean, this looks decent, and I like this image. It's got a lot going for it, but those spots should have been removed, and they're just very difficult to see. So by using this technique, you can find some errors in your images. Now I do the same thing in Photoshop, and I did do a video on that before, and I use it many times during my live streams. I will be doing many more live streams, but I'm going to have a membership area. I'm still going to do some for free and out in the open, but I'm going to do much more detailed ones, and I haven't launched that yet, but I'll be launching membership here in a little while. For those of you who want to see behind the scenes shoots or actual all day long kind of videos where I'm spending time and doing work with other people, and maybe even some body paint stuff. So there'll be a lot of really interesting stuff coming there for those who want to join. And again, it's not available yet, but I do plan to launch it in the next week or so. So again, if you like the video, please take a moment and click the thumbs up button. And if you're not already a subscriber and you like my videos, please subscribe. It lets me know that I'm doing the right thing here and you're enjoying the content I'm kicking out. So hey, everybody, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.